Some skyscrapers were meant to change the skyline, but never even got finished. Welcome to Top 10 Skyscrapers that were never completed. The billion-dollar failures. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more fascinating architecture content. Let's dive in. From abandoned megaprojects to financial disasters, these skyscrapers were designed to be iconic, but ended up as unfinished dreams. With sky-high budgets, political setbacks, and engineering challenges, their stories are as shocking as their unrealized potential. Here are the top 10 skyscrapers that were never completed. The billion-dollar failures. 10. Russia Tower, Moscow, Russia. Planned to reach 2,008 feet with 118 floors, the Russia Tower was designed to be Europe's tallest building. Construction began in 2007 with a $1.5 billion budget. But when the 2008 financial crisis hit, investors pulled out quickly. By 2009, all that remained was a massive foundation pit in Moscow's business district. Today, Muscovites call the site Putin's Pit, a billion-dollar hole in the ground, symbolizing the volatility of Russia's post-Soviet economy. The site has since been developed with smaller projects, but the ambitious tower remains only in architectural history books. 9. Chicago Spire, Chicago USA. Designed by Santiago Calatrava, the Chicago Spire was planned to twist to 2,000 feet, making it the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. With an estimated cost of $1.2 billion, construction began in 2007. But by 2008, all that existed was a 76-foot deep foundation hole. Developer Garrett Kelliter lost the property to foreclosure during the financial crisis, despite having sold several million-dollar units. The hole remained Chicago's most expensive swimming pool after rainstorms for years until being filled in 2014. The Prawn waterfront site remains undeveloped, a victim of economic timing and overambition. 8. Nakheel Tower, Dubai, UAE. Planned as the world's first kilometer-high skyscraper, 3,281 feet. The Nakheel Tower would have dwarfed the Burj Khalifa. With an estimated cost of $38 billion, this megaproject was essentially a vertical city with 200 floors. Construction began in 2008, but as Dubai's real estate bubble burst during the global financial crisis, the project was postponed indefinitely. In 2009, the cancellation symbolized the collapse of Dubai's seemingly unstoppable development boom and showed that even the oil-rich Emirates had economic limits. The vacant site remains a reminder of how quickly fortunes can change. 7. India Tower, Mumbai, India. Designed as a 2,050-foot twisted structure with rotating floors, the India Tower was planned as a $2 billion statement of India's economic emergence. Construction began in 2010 but halted after just reaching ground level due to regulatory issues and permit disputes. Unlike many failures on our list, the India Tower wasn't halted by economic downturns but was strangled by bureaucracy and regulatory paralysis. It demonstrates how administrative hurdles can be just as deadly to ambitious architecture as financial ones. Though technically on hold, no construction has occurred for over a decade. 6. Palace of the Soviets, Moscow, Russia. This historical failure remains one of architecture's greatest what-ifs. Planned to be the world's tallest building at 1,624 feet in the 1930s, the Palace of the Soviets would have been crowned with a 260-foot statue of Lenin. The Cathedral of Christ, the Savior, was demolished to make way for this communist monument, and construction began in 1937. When Nazi Germany invaded in 1941, the steel frame was disassembled for military use. After the war, the foundation pit became the world's largest open-air swimming pool. The original cathedral was rebuilt in the 1990s, closing the circle on this ideologically driven architectural failure. 5. Miglin Beetler Sky Needle, Chicago, USA. This pencil-thin 2,000-foot tower, designed by Kaysar Pelli in 1988, would have been the world's tallest building. With an estimated cost of $600 million, the Sky Needle was planned to be just 75 feet wide at its base, an incredibly slender profile. Financing collapsed in the early 1990s recession. But what makes this failure fascinating is how the design was decades ahead of its time. The current trend of super slender skyscrapers mirrors what the Sky Needle proposed 30 years earlier. Had it been built, it would have pioneered engineering techniques that wouldn't become common until the 21st century. 4. Tour Sans Fins, Paris, France. Jean Nouvel's Tour Sans Fins, Tower Without Ends, was a visionary 1,427-foot skyscraper designed to fade into the sky. Its granite base would gradually become transparent, creating an optical illusion. With a $900 million budget, construction began in La Défense, but was abandoned in 1992 due to a real estate crash. Had it been completed, Paris would have gained one of the most conceptually unique skyscrapers ever envisioned. 3. Grand Lisboa Palace Tower, Macau, China. Planned to reach 1,616 feet and shaped like an enormous lotus flower, this $3.5 billion casino resort tower would have dominated Macau's skyline. Construction began in 2014, but was halted in 2016 when China's anti-corruption campaign impacted Macau's gambling revenue. While the hotel complex at the base was eventually completed in modified form, the soaring tower component was abandoned. This represents a politically driven cancellation. As China tightened control over Macau, the era of ostentatious casino development ended abruptly. The modified project that opened cost $5 billion, but lacked its defining architectural feature. 2. Jeddah Tower, Kingdom Tower, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Designed to be the world's first 1-kilometer building, 3,281 feet, the Jeddah Tower has become architecture's most high-profile contemporary failure. Construction began in 2013 and reached about 40 floors before stopping in 2018. The official reason was technical issues, but the arrest of key financial backers during Saudi Arabia's 2017 anti-corruption purge was widely believed to be the real cause. The concrete core still stands in the desert, a monument to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's struggle to transform Saudi Arabia's economy. Unlike other entries, this project might still be revived, but for now, it stands as a reminder that even the wealthiest nations can fail to reach the sky. 1. Azerbaijan Tower, Baku, Azerbaijan. Planned to reach an almost unbelievable 3,445 feet, 189 floors, the Azerbaijan Tower would have easily claimed the title of world's tallest building. Announced in 2012 as the centerpiece of the Khazar Islands, a massive artificial archipelago in the Caspian Sea, this $2 billion skyscraper was to be the crowning achievement of Azerbaijan's oil-fueled building boom. The entire island's project was estimated at $100 billion. Despite ceremonial groundbreaking and extensive publicity, construction never meaningfully began before the project was quietly canceled after oil prices crashed in 2015 to 2016. Not a single floor was ever built, making it the largest architectural vaporware in history, existing only in renderings and ambitious dreams. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Also subscribe to our channel before you go. Thanks for watching.